Hey class, Dr. Z here. Gonna do one last video check-in for our last week normal semester. Next week being finals week. Um, Not a lot's changed since last week or two. You've been working on your final geozines and maps. Let's see, new things. My hair is a little bit longer. I have a new animal friend behind me this week. Other than that, yeah, keep working on the geozines. Had a few small questions from folks, but otherwise seems like people are moving ahead. Using feedback, graded everyone's hydro projects and gave some additional feedback on digital design. You've gotten a bunch of feedback from peers as well, from me, so I think it should be in a really good place to make some really nice final projects. On your storylines, if you need feedback on those, so I'm feeling good about what's coming in due on Sunday, 5/10, so this upcoming Sunday at midnight. So right before the start of finals week is when those geozines and maps are due, so make sure to really read through those prompts, the prompt for it in detail. It's associated with the assignment on iLearn. Make sure you're following all the different pieces and expectations. You can see the rubric and everything there. Let me know if you have more questions. Other than that, next week will be finals week, and so what we're going to do for this class is we are going to do a take-home final. So it'll be open everything, free to use outside sources. You've had additional content besides what we covered in the first half of the semester. That's all fair game for the final, but also so is some of the new stuff we covered regarding hydrology, critical zone science, age dating of the Earth, and graphic design, some of those basic concepts, some skill sets there. So those are all things that are going to be fair game for the final. The way it's going to work next week is Tuesday at 12:30. I'm going to post the final on iLearn. Then it will be open for you to complete just like any other assignment, and it's due at the end of our normals finals period, which still is Friday, ending at 12:45. So a little bit after noon on Friday. At Marist, the deans and stuff have asked us to make it so that everyone's finals are due normally when they would be due during their finals period. That way, hopefully you're not crammed with finals all at the same time, like say all on Friday at 5 p.m. or something. So again, your final, it will be posted on iLearn at 12:30 next Tuesday, so May 12th, and then it'll be due on Friday, May 15th at 12:45 p.m. I'm designing the final the same way I would if it was on campus. It's going to look very similar to your midterms, different questions. And you're going to have short answer essay responses. Going to be all your own words. Definitely use all your notes, any other resources you'd like to open up, but all written in your own words, just explaining to me the answers so I know that you understand the content. Make a good rational response that is also concise and has the appropriate amount of information to justify your response, but not over the top. Then is going to, time-wise, I'm designing it the same way, so you should, if you work really hard and you already have all the information organized in your notes, it would take you the normal 2 hours and 15 minutes. If you don't have your notes super organized, or if you've been busy with just getting everything else done for all these online classes and you end up having to do a bit more background reading into the stuff to really make sure that you understand those answers, you might be looking at more like 3 or 4 hours to complete that final exam. If you're spending more than 4 or 5 hours, you're doing more than I'm expecting of you in that regard. And I think you can likely do a really good job in less time than that and still be okay. I don't think doing that many more hours of work is necessarily going to change your overall understanding of the issue, unless you've been really behind on trying to keep up with what you're doing. But for most of you, you've been doing a good job of getting stuff in, following through with things, and I think you're going to be looking at probably somewhere between that normal 2 hour, 15 minutes and maybe 3.5, 4 hours. So that's what you're going to want to plan on for the take-home final. And again, it'll show up on Tuesday and it'll be due on Friday. And other than that, I did send you an email and post on iLearn the replies from Joel Adrian at Kleinfelder. Good job, everyone, getting together some really great questions for him. Really made it clear that you'd really looked over and digested a bit of what he was sharing, and then he replied with some detailed answers that I think you'll all find useful. So look through those replies to your questions. And again, I didn't want to throw every question at him. Instead, I tried to compile the question, combine questions and compile them into themes that kind of fit what everyone was going for. So it's more approachable for him to reply to, especially since he's a pretty busy person managing all those projects. So it's really great of him to be able to share that info with us. And yeah, so from here on out, really had a fun semester with everyone, and I look forward to hopefully having you in future classes. Many of you might be ecology next fall or ecology the following fall. It's a really fun field-based course. Or that might be next spring, I'll be teaching a water and climate class. So it'll kind of take some of the basics you learned here in geology and take those to a much higher level. That'll be entirely a field-based course for the most part there. Next spring as well, I'll be doing my Alaska class again. So hopefully we get folks up for 2 weeks to Alaska right after graduation next year for a spring attachment course, and then doing some camping in the Hudson Valley as well. So hopefully I have you in some of those future classes as students, which would be great. And in the short term, let me know if you have any questions. And remember, this Sunday at midnight is when those geozines and maps are due. And next Tuesday, your final will show up, and you'll have then essentially 72 hours when it's available to work on. And I'm going to guess it's going to take you, somewhere between 2 and 4 hours. And then that'll be due Friday at 12:45. And it'll be posted on iLearn next week. So take care, folks. Let me know if you have questions, and see you later. Bye.